maybe not. No, he is going to back up there. More snot being thrown on top of Phoenix. They've still got the net gets thrown out there on top of Phoenix. On top of Void, rather. He's still got Chronosphere, though. Chronosphere lift. He's going to try and no. Tosses him on the spot. Dragon Tail as well. Still the slow. Snot stacks up to 4. We've got another blast coming in. Musica comes out. There's a Sonic Wave. Double edge as well. Down goes Void. Didn't even get to Chrono. Down goes Malini as well. And this is looking awkward as Purged makes a spill. There's 3 down. Musica's on a killing spree. And Zephyr. Oh, Corey, I bet you wish you just ulted. Fight recap. 1,800, no, 1,900 gold swing in favour of Whips. The Australians are breaking away here. A 2.2k, more importantly, experience shift here. And that is going to sting. Zephyr need to work on a little bit. Unfortunately, they just didn't quite get the team fight that they wanted. Probably should have just said screw it and gone for the kill there with the Chronosphere. Song wasn't up. I guess they were worried about Song. Song wasn't up, but there's no way for them to really know that. Unless they're playing full-on just copy down every timestamp ever. But Music are now working towards an Orchid, and that's definitely going to be quite a useful item against the Brewmaster. They can get on top of him and silence him, or more importantly, Void. Get on top of Void and silence him before the Chrono can come, but that is a huge deal, and really gives Whips a huge amount of room to move in these fights. But Brewmaster, 500 gold. Mask of Madness on the way for Void. So it looks like Stampede's up, Song is up. They could try and make something happen here. Sonic Wave down for 50 seconds. So Tootie into trouble here. They're going to blink, clap there as well to Chronosphere. No, stomps him. No Chronosphere. Tootie, though, stays in the vicinity. I hear a Fire Blast go off. It looks like Chronosphere expended on just Phoenix. Now comes the Song, resetting the fight. That's what we talked about. Now comes the counter initiation. Music is coming in now. The 4 people ready for a stomp. Gets to double edge there as well. Sonic Wave, or Sonic Scream comes in as well. Scream of Pain. No Sonic Wave just yet. 30 seconds on cooldown. Tootie, though, into trouble. 2 down there for Zephyr. 1 down for Whips. They've lost poor old. Oh, he stole the Chrono! Oh, he stole the Chrono, but he caught Phoenix. A bit of miscommunication. No TPS knocked out during that Chronosphere time, as it looks like he will get away there, but they will bring down Purge once again. So that's 3 down for 1. Make it, actually no, well, make that 4. Malini does not pick up the invisibility rune. Awkward. So, 4 for 1. Ouch. Fight recap. 1,400, 1,500, no, 1,800 gold swing there as my math kicks in there, and a 2k shift there in experience. This is quickly getting out of hand for Zephyr. 5k gold lead now for Whips. Meanwhile, mid lane, no, just taking some harass. Phoenix gonna be okay though. We'll just pop the invisibility rune and then break it immediately and walk away. Bounty rune bottom, nobody's gone for it just yet. Corey, too busy farming. I mean, he could go for this, but not really. It's not, for a carry, it's not a great farm investment. It's for people who are roaming. It's for the supports, really. You pick up that first bounty rune, you're like, oh my god, 50 gold, 50 experience. I am king of the world. I've got so much cash money, I could buy wards straight away. But now, the dreaded ancient stack, they might stack this again, or hopefully Malini won't kill himself this time round. I say that hopefully. Stack will go off, dragons up for him. Now, can they make any towers? They can bring down any towers here, maybe not. Phoenix looking to create some space, maybe, no? No. Nagasone has opted to go for, she might be going for her own, like, she might be going for a set of drums too. Did Dragon actually go full? No, he just went for the bracer, might actually pick up the drums later, maybe may detour him back for it, but he's had a really good start, so we might just say, you know what, he's going straight for a BKB. And that'll give him, it'll be useful. On the other hand, it could be a halberd, maybe? We'll see. We will see. But even if they do wind up with double drums, it's not a bad thing. Drums are definitely a me item. It's not something you... The aura is nice, but it's not something you buy specifically for your team. Uh-oh. Centaur off. Blitz is silenced. There's the Orchid. Sonic Wave committed. And they'll scream him down. Nagasone going to take the last hit on that, but now Phoenix is in trouble. Fire Blast, he tries to get the last CS there. He's like, oh, I'm into trouble, and then tries to TP out. He's going to make it too. Purge doesn't have a stun. He burned his stuns, you know what? Just kind of sat there. Last hit, ate the stun, last hit again, and then said, see ya. I'm TPing home. You've got no more stuns. An aggressive ward popped down for Zephyr, though. Observer ward there. Uh-oh, Chrono to put... Ah, it's Rubik's Chrono again! Oh, he's got a second. He's popped it again twice. That is some serious value on that Chrono. Cynical now into trouble. Silence getting thrown in. There's the Void Chrono, though. Going to town on risk. Can he bring him down? No. Song of the Sun resetting the fight. Or Urn being used to heal up risk there. And I don't think Void can get back in the fight. 3 seconds there. Witch Doctor goes down in the meantime. Bristleback already picked off on that Chrono. They're still chasing after Purge. Looks like Corey has already backed off. Purge now going to get stunned again. No more mana deployed for screen, but it looks like they will just burn him down with Breathe Fire. And that's a double kill for Musica. And unfortunately, Zephyr yet again not quite managing to pull that off. And I mean, they've got to catch Naga Siren. They have to get Godot in this Chronosphere or it's not happening. He just sings over this. Says, alright, well, you Chronosphere, I sing. You know, scissors meet rock. And now the stun forward there with the Stampede on top of Malini, and he jumps on top of the further side to get the double edge off. Primal Split deployed now though. 2D falling low, should be able to pick him off. No Chronosphere ready to go yet. 2D now stunned by the casket, back and forth. Death Ward deployed. It gets cancelled though. I'm not sure that's silence. The Orchid cancelled it up. Another Dragon Tail deployed on top of Corey. Corey getting burst down here. Mask of Madness buff, causing some issues for him. Getting slammed down in the damage department. Screamed down by Queen of Pain. Jumps in on top of poor old Witch Doctor as well, brings him down. The net getting deployed on Purge. Purge getting it screamed out as well. There's a triple kill for Musica. Whips looking to nail their first win of the Synergy League here as Blitz now also make it for Zephyr in some trouble. Ultra kill for Musica. And this is not a good day at the ranch. This is not a good day at the office here for Zephyr. They are really struggling to make these fights work, and it's, I mean, sure, no song in this fight, but no Chronosphere either, and without the Chronosphere, you can't get a good Death Ward off. It did kill a low, it was deployed, it killed a low health Centaur, but at the end of the day, that's not what you need. Tier 2 tower also getting knocked down, so 4 down and a Tier 2 tower. They got 1 kill in return for the offlane, on the offlaner. Not what they wanted at all. Centaur Warren, I should also mention, he has a mech as well. 12k experience lead now for Whips. 10k experience lead here. Sorry, 10k gold lead here for Whips as well. Bring up the items. There we go. Drums being picked up for Godot. Corey has just pulled out his magic stick and he's replaced that with the Ogre Club. Otherwise, no major items being picked up here. It looks like Malini ditched... Oh, he is. Okay, Malini is still going for the mech. I thought they would have put that on the Ogre instead, or the Witch Doctor instead, but it looks like they're still making him build the mech. I guess they've had a really shitty farm, and he's not being able to go for that Crimson Guard. That actually does it's really, really quite insanely good. The amount of damage you can block for the team. But now we're having the Ignite thrown at. They're going to slow down Phoenix a little bit. It's probably not going to spot the push on its own. Corey getting ready to jump. He does have the level 2 Chronosphere, but Naga Siren will have her song in 10 seconds. Can they get in on time? There's the Fire Blast of Phoenix falling low there. Has the BKB ready to go though. Can get out of the dodge if he needs to. Throws down the stun. Here we go. Throws down the Chronosphere. This is what they need. No song being deployed this time around. He's caught inside it, but they won't burst him now. Will they? Godot now. Can he pop song? No. Pops the mirror image instead. No heroes down just yet. BKB being deployed by Phoenix. Then we see the death though. You see the Death Ward being deployed though. I can hear it slamming away on somebody. I think it's on top of Musica, doing a lot of damage there, but we've got Rubik being taken out now. Down goes Purge. Bristleback is already dead, along with poor old Witch Doctor. Song being used, gonna cover Godot's escape. In fact, set up the kill there on Corey. Corey getting stunned, chain locked to death there. He gets brought down. Blitz getting silenced. There's the Orchid, blink away there for Musica, and Blitz is gonna fall here. Nothing he can do. Locked down by the snare. Godot sticking around to set up these kills for his teammates, and it's another 4-for-1 trade for Zephyr. Not in their favour. Fight recap bringing up another 1700 swing there in favour of Whips. Actually, I think that lies. It's only 2 heroes dead. This thing is full of lies. It's going to be worse than that. 1400 gold experience for Whips now, and a 1400 experience, or 14,000. Freaking maths. What the fuck, Prime? Freaking maths. 14,000 gold lead, 14,000 experience lead. A factor of 10. Queen of Pain working towards what is assumedly a Hex. Again, just going to create another headache for those initiators. For Zephyr getting counter-initiated on, or just being initiated on instead. The Blink Hex is incredibly powerful against Void, as well as Brewmaster. It just gives up another option to cancel that Death Ward. Because Death Ward, if you get like a level 2 Death Ward or so, and a good Chronosphere, you can literally, like, an Argonim's Death Ward can like 1v5 a team almost. Throw on the Void damage, it's just absolutely insane. War Runner, though, has picked up the Vanguard. And he will be working towards that Crimson Guard. Corey now in some trouble there. Gets silenced up by that Orchid. He's in a lot of trouble. He will get brought down. The chain stuns are too much to deal with.
Exquisite agony.
There's nothing he can do about that. Stampede allowing Whips to reposition in on top of him. No chance for him at all to escape. And even if they didn't get the chain stuns off, blinking away, Music could always just chase him down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You see the aggressive wards here from Whips, looking to make sure they don't get jumped here. Or at least, maybe not even jumped. They're just looking for any kind of rotation through here. Maybe if tries to sneak through here, they go, you know what, we can actually jump on them and kill them. And take them out really quickly. Orchid and Hex for Queen of Pain. She is a CC machine and can knock out the damage with the best of them right now. She is really looking quite scary. 180 damage at 25 minutes is pretty respectable. Especially when it's on a ranged hero who can blink and position the damage where it needs to go. It is really quite nasty. Malini now, farming the Ancients, not getting killed by them. Good work, Malini. Going well. Everything went better than expected. Now he's finished up that mech. At least his team can definitely use that. But the question is, can they take this team fight? I don't know. I mean, right now, Whips might even just say, you know what, we can take a Roshan, because they can. They've got the mech, they've got Dragon Knight, and Song is ready to go, so if any initiation is made by Zephyr, they can just counter-initiate as long as Godot hangs back. Now, if he sits inside the pit and they get jumped, well, that's a different story. And yeah, it looks like he will hang back. That's exactly what I like. He's going to send the illusions out to do a bit of scan. They do have a ward to cover them. There's a good chance that Zephyr know this is happening. I see the pings come out. I think they know it's happening. The wards were deployed, so I'm pretty sure they might have spotted this. But really, in reality, I don't think they can take this fight anyway. They are too far behind. There's no real way for them to take this fight. Yes, they can get it. Even if they get a perfect 5-man chrono off, I don't know if the level 1 Death Ward without Arcanum Scepter can do enough DPS. And it's looking pretty damn grim at the moment. A 14k almost net worth there for Musica. 10k for both Centaur. Wow, Centaur has as much farm pretty much as Dragon Knight. That's actually pretty insane. Dragon Knight, level 16 Dragon coming up. He's going to put the damage on the tower. And nice little split here. Still in range of a double chrono though if they're not careful. But of course Naga Siren can come in and reset the fight. So there is always that. They're not too worried about that. Phoenix taking a bit of damage there. Has picked up his Reaver. Probably just going for a heart here in a moment. He's getting pretty close to the Vitality boost as well. Naga Siren still hanging back, making sure she stays out of the fight. And there's the stun there on Malini. Dragon Tail deployed. Blink and Stomp and Double Edge facing the wrong way. Malini gets caught out, burst down, nothing he can do. The Hex not deployed yet, still ready to go. Naga Siren sending Illusion in to try and just nuke down the creep wave, or maybe just... No, she's just baiting this out. There we go. Stampede thrown out. Corey getting burst down. Trying to pick him off before he can deploy the ultimate here. Can they get a stun up? Throws down the Chronosphere. Catches 3. But there's no Death Ward. There's a Death Ward. Not really going to do a whole lot of damage though. In fact, they don't even care. Look, they're not even bothering to cancel it. There's the GG call. Cynical gets brought down. Level 1 Death Ward. Not enough. And that will be Zephyr taking their 5th loss. And Whips finally nailing a win there.
Radiant victory.
So Whips are now 2 for 1 in the Synergy League. And Zephyr, unfortunately, 0 for 5. So not looking good for them. They are definitely struggling quite a bit here. But guys, my name has been Triumphant Man. I've been casting Synergy League for you. Zyclops is away for until next week. He'll be back. Zyclops and myself are sharing this league. We'll be casting it together because we can't actually, neither of us can cast it entirely on our own. So we'll be splitting it between the two of us. But stay tuned. We'll be back soon. We will have what's playing next. We will have Zephyr playing against Myth Trust, I believe. So we'll be back shortly with that. Probably kicking off almost immediately because it's due to start on the hour. Okay, here we go again, everybody. My name is Triumph Man, and I'll be casting the Synergy League tonight. And tonight now we have Myth Trust up against, well, Zephyr. Man, Zephyr. They got slammed last game by Can't Say Whips. No real nice way of putting it. But Myth Trust up against Zephyr now. Zephyr now playing mostly for pride, I feel, because they are 0-5. Not doing too hot in the Synergy League. On the other hand, though, Myth Trust are doing pretty good. They're actually doing fairly well for themselves. Currently sitting on 2-1. So they're looking to nail a third win and probably secure their position in the top area of the board.
10 seconds remaining.
But I should also mention that Cyclops, of course, everybody's asking, where the hell is Cyclops? I came here for Cyclops. You suck. Get off, go home. Boo. He won't be casting tonight. He won't be casting for the rest of the weekend. It will be me, myself, Triumph of Man. I'll be casting because neither of us can manage to cast the league solo. We have real life stuff we have to do, so we're splitting the league between the two of us. And for me, well, I'm on duty now, and I'll be doing the rest of the weekend and possibly Monday, maybe Tuesday as well. We'll see. We've got to sort that out later. But into the game. Bans straight up. Myth Trust saying, you know what? Let's get rid of the Void. Taking him off the board, as well as Brewmaster being banned out by Zephyr.
Radiant team
on the Radiant side there. But ooh, okay. Viper being banned out. Now, I'm kind of expecting to see... Let's see, we've got some first picks coming out here.
Dire team pick.
Myth have been playing some interesting stuff. They have actually grabbed at the Death Prophet. Interesting that she slipped through.
Pick.
A couple of the really common bans right now. Death Prophet and Skywrath Mage. But I guess in this case, Skywrath Mage is not really played all that much by Myth Trust, and Death Prophet also not played much by Myth Trust. I think they've only played 7 games with them when I was looking up their stats. But on the other hand, that stat is kind of misleading because Death Prophet eats a lot of bans. So it's kind of like saying, well, this team rarely plays Lycan. Well, reality is they probably play Lycan, but it wasn't banned most of the time. Although these days, not that true actually, because Lycan has been slipping through until the late. Last game he was banned like 5th by Whips. And Zephyr, I don't even think we're looking at him, so it didn't really matter. But it looks like Zephyr this time around are going to ban out the Naga Siren as well as the Brewmaster. So they're getting rid of those big crowd controllers. Myth Trust don't really use either of those heroes all that much. See where they roll with this in just a second. It looks like the first picks here for Zephyr. Now, their top 5 picks have been, so far, Mirana at 13, Wraith King at 12, Tree at 11, Shadow Demon and Sand King apiece at 10 picks. And it looks like it's going to be a Skywrath Mage, and this hero has been incredibly popular and really, really good against the Death Prophet. If you can get in there with a silence, prevent her from ulting is the main thing, or even just force her to get into a BKB build, because it does make her a lot easier to deal with, rather than if she just rushes those raw, really raw good items, like the Heart, or even the Shiva's Guard. Shiva's Guard is really nice for her as well. But Ancient Apparition as well as Skywrath Mage going to try and get that magical burst in there, as well as the Shadow from the Ancient Apparition's Ice Blast. But of course, the Ancient Seal, as well as just shutting down enemy hero, the burst damage between Ancient Seal and Mystic Flare is insanely good. But it does require a bit of setup though, and that's why we often see Skywrath Mage being picked up with stuff like Void these days, but of course he's banned out. So we'll see if there's anything like a Time Hunter
10
going to be picked up, or even, I mean, Zephyr picks Tree a bit. Tree can set up if you need to, I guess.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see in a moment, as we've got the second pick here from Myth.
Reserve time.
Their top picks, what have they been going after? They've been going after Sand King 25 times, Shadow Demon 23, Tree 23 times, Invoker 20 times, and Morphling 19. That's their top 5 hero picks. I should mention Shadow Demon being their second most popular pick. They don't do that well with him. 7 wins and 16 losses. Not too good. 7 out of 23 games. That's a pretty bad win rate. But they do pick him up a fair bit. See where they go with that, though. Myth Trust, though, going to take their time on this last pick, last pick before the banning phase. They're going to grab up the Earthshaker. Earthshaker's he's nice. He's got some good defensive properties. Can make it a lot harder to roam early against the Death Prophet if there's an Earthshaker lurking, because of course he's very good in terms of preventing those ganks from a long distance away. You can quite safely land those fishes, cut the fight off, and just allow whoever you're after to walk away from that. The Wraith King being banned out by Myth Trust, I did mention that is actually Zephyr's second most picked hero. Decided to get rid of him. I don't know if they go with him. I guess you can get the setup there. Centaur also being banned out by Zephyr. Boy, did they get whacked by Centaur last game.
Radiant team
Tootie was doing some massive work with that. It really did not go too well. Malini got caught out so many times by it. Just on the right, just blink on the opposite side of the bristle, and just catch him out, stomp him in the face, then double edge the face, and you know what? All that resistance you've got, it means nothing in the face of my mobility.
Remaining.
Really quite upsetting for Malenia, I feel. But Ember Spirit also being banned by Myth?
5 seconds remaining.
I'm just looking there. I guess it could go mid. I don't really feel it deals that well with the Death Prophet, especially when you get towards the late game. I feel like it's a pretty dodgy pick against her, because you get hit by a stun or a silence, and her ult is running. Like, it doesn't, especially since Ember Spirit tends to build like a glass cannon. He's got the Flame Shield, really good to defend against some of the nukes, but there's the ghosts, they start focusing you die so quick. So I don't know if they would have gone for that, but then again, Korean Dota, who knows? Anything
10
goes.
10 seconds remaining.
I still feel like Zephyr are probably looking for some lockdown here. They want something to set up. They've got two really powerful ultimates here. Mystic Flare and Ice Blast can do so much work together, or even just on their own. They can do so much freaking work, but they need the setup. They really do need some setup. Unless Skyreth Mage is going like full-on core and gets like a Rod of AUI early on. It's really quite difficult to land those good Mystic Flares otherwise, and it's a lot easier if you just have that setup. And they could do some initiation as well, because right now Myth Trust, if they get the good initiation with the Earthshake, if he gets some early farm and he gets the initiation off, I mean, we've been seeing crit shake of core farms, maybe? I don't know. Probably not. But it's always a possibility. When you have these heroes drafted up early on like this, you've always got to keep a flexible mind here, but it's going to be Spectre.
Dire team pick.
Well, that's good against the Earthshaker, because you can pop that preemptive, pop the Haunt preemptive and make sure he doesn't get the blink in. That's actually really good. On the other hand, if you get into a fight, there are illusions everywhere. Could be trouble, but I don't think so. I think it should be good. I think that's a solid pick, but they do have the... See, this is the thing. You picked a Spectre into a Shadow Demon, like a team that loves to pick Shadow Demon. I think that could be a problem, because Shadow Demon ruins Spectre completely. She is a total ballbuster against her. It is ridiculous the amount of damage her own illusions do against her. If you've ever tried playing an anti-mage against a Shadow Demon, it's kind of like that, but 10 times worse, because the illusions are doing that much more damage to you. And towards the late game, Anti-Mage not as worried about the mana drain. Early on, it's really annoying, but Spectre late game, if she gets purged, she gets altered by the Shadow Demon and then hit by the Disruption as well, it is insane the amount of damage she will sit there. She'll lose like almost half her life sometimes to the illusions. If they've gone for a Radiance and max level Desolate and she's like level 16 or so, they'll just kick the absolute crap out of them. They don't get the Dispersion, unfortunately, but they do propagate the Radiance Burn and or Mana Burn as well. It really, I have seen Spectres just go, like we'll go into a fight, right,